We have Siavash Sultani with us, who is a political analyst. Thank you so much, Siavash, for joining me. I'm sure you are following the developments in the Iran and US deal and this conflict altogether. Recently, Bakr Kaliba, who is the Speaker of the Parliament, said that the Strait of Hormuz will never return to how it was before the war. And it will be managed under Iranian arrangements, maybe something with Oman, a joint arrangement or something like that. That is a public claim of a permanent Iranian control over one of the world's most critical waterways. How serious is that claim in your opinion, and what does it mean for the countries whose economies run through this passage every single day?
Thank you for having me. Well, you know, I think Iranians think that the situation after war about Strait of Hormuz fundamentally changed, because Iranians always think that their actually regime survival, actually, Islamic Republic thinks that the regime survival is under threat of Americans. So they always wanted a kind of guarantee, security guarantee from Americans to be actually protected from their threat. And uranium enrichment and the whole of nuclear program was because of that. But after the war, they found something else. That was the Strait of Hormuz. And actually they publicly said that this Strait of Hormuz is more powerful than every nuclear weapon. So because of that, and when they saw that practically during the war, that this actually card, the Strait of Hormuz, worked more than even the ballistic missiles, even the highly enriched uranium. So they think like that they should not give up their kite at any level and at any price. Because of that, they want to.
So let me rephrase what you said. In your opinion, the way Iranian thinks is that if they have to give up their nuclear option, which is the nuclear material that they have, and they have to comply with whatever this new agreement is going to ask for when it comes to their nuclear capability, as compared to that, this is a different security leverage that they have, which is going to be a guarantee that there is no future where some kind of more hostilities are confronted, it has to confront when it comes to US and Israel. It's a sort of guarantee that it wants to keep with us. Am I right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. You know, yeah, they do not want actually about uranium enrichment. It's another kind of their leverage.
No, but the point is that it is going to set a precedent. It is going to break the norm which has been there about the waterways, about the choke points since 1945, that internationally law of navigation, freedom of navigation and all that, and let it be Strait of Malacca, let it be Bab al-Mandab, then it is going to be a precedent that whosoever thinks that it has a leverage over these waters because of being closely located to it, they are going to close it.
You know, exactly, you're right. These actions are against international laws, and they are not acceptable. But the regime authorities do not think like that. They just think about the survival of the regime and the practical ways to actually protect the integrity of country. So for this actually, for this purpose, they do not actually care about international laws. So closing the Strait of Hormuz from first of all was against international laws, but they did it.
Right, right.
So
But
right
now
now
there is a mechanism that is being discussed between US and Iran, and it is a hotline and a coordination center which are agreed mechanism now. What keeps me worrying or skeptical about this is that, is it possible that for now US is agreeing to everything because they desperately want the strait to be open? But as the time passes, maybe they would have to come back on it and exert some more pressure that it has to be free for a complete navigation for the world. But why would they agree to a coordination center, a hotline, and waive whatever they were charging in the past 4 weeks or 4 months? It is going to be a toll free for 60 days time only.
Well, actually, it is the main point that I want to argue. The conflicts between Iran and US, okay? It has a history for decades, okay? And they are not going to be resolved in 60 days.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yes, and about the thing that you say, I do not think these kind of conflicts, the conflicts about regional policy, about Iran's proxies, about highly uranium enrichment, about the enrichment itself, it's going to be resolved in that period of time. And but on the other hand, U.S. and especially Donald Trump administration, entered this war with the expectation of some kind of short victory. Okay, but when it delayed as this, and they saw that they are not going to be to reach a kind of victory over, I don't know, 1 month, 2 months. And if they want to overthrow the regime, it is going to be a period of time, maybe 1 year, 6 months, and with some kind of casualties for Americans. And back in the U.S., the internal situation is not good for them right now.
Yeah, the political situation in U.S., the domestic challenges cannot afford that.
Yeah, and they think they should actually, Trump thinks he should resolve this actually problem very soon. Okay, but the way that he is doing it, it's actually, it puts the tool on the hands of Iranian regime to ask whatever they want from Trump, and he's going to give them everything. This deal actually, I think it's worse than
what you're saying is the same that many analysts are saying, that this particular MOU is very concessional towards Iran. But there is an argument which says that JCPOA was almost going to do the same before US unilaterally walked out of it. President Trump walked out of it. And other than the fact that Iran needs to come back into the economic fold of the globe, of the world, there is no other way. Sanctions don't work anyway. For 47 years, this country has been facing economic sanctions, nuclear sanctions, yet look at them, they have survived. So what's the other way?
First, I agree. I think this agreement, if it's going to be agreed after 60 days, it's worse than the previous one, because in that agreement there was not any Strait of Hormuz, that leverage in the Iranians' hands. And again, it was not the 300 billions of dollars paying to them
for reconstruction.
Yes. So I think it's worse than the previous one.
It's worse.
But
okay.
The thing that you said, there is not any way sanction is not working. I can say in these 4 decades, there were a lot of kind of sanctions, but these sanctions that were actually working in these 2 or 3 years was working, I think. Regime has a lot of problems to actually pay for its proxies, to pay for even the military personnel during these months.
Right.
Masoud Pezeshkian said 2 days ago that we did not actually pursue the war. Actually, the army of Iran did not pursue the war on their actually hand. We gave them 20 million barrels of oil from the share of our government. So you can imagine that they were under a lot of pressure.
Right.
So I do not think the sanctions would not work. They would work, but in long term.
Right. Well, there is a divided opinion on it. Thank you so much, Siavash Sultani, for joining us.